Alright, so I'm going to go over the Black Friday sales, which is obviously going to end tomorrow, but this is what I think is pretty good for 2022 Black Friday sales. Number 1, Lenovo Legion 5 15.6-inch Ryzen 5 5600H with a GeForce RTX 3050 Ti, 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs SSD, and it is a PCIe. And, well, of course, it's running Windows. This is from Walmart, and if you notice right there, it says that you can buy it with Affirm. If you've never used Affirm before, I recommend downloading the Affirm app, creating an account, and then go back to Walmart, and then go ahead and purchase it through Affirm. If you buy through Affirm, from what I understand, if you pay it off in 3 months, then you have no interest on it. This is the Irachi V2 mobile wireless gaming mouse. Next, we have a Western Digital Easy Store 5 terabyte USB 3.0. This is an external portable hard drive. Preferably, I would like to see these all be USBCs by now, but they're not. So this is what we have to deal with until that comes around. For $89, that's a great deal to store all your gameplay or all your video content that you create. I believe last year it was $80, and this year for Black Friday it has gone up $9 at Best Buy. Next, we have the ONN 50-inch 4K TV. Honestly, I do not even use the smart functions of these TVs. I just go get the ONN brand Android TV or Google TV box and plug it in. To me personally, I would rather have a little tiny box, and I'm telling you, it's exactly the same thing as a Google Chromecast. The only difference is the remote control that comes with it has a little bit more functionality with buttons on it, and it's $19 instead of $39. Oh, the Google Chromecast uses USB Type-C on the back for charging, but since I'm not going to be moving this thing around, micro USB on the ONN version of Google TV or Android TV is perfectly fine for me. Next is a towel, and I have used a microfiber towel at least the last 10 years because they're ultra compact. They dry super quick. I'm talking like 30 minutes, your towel is dry. But I do occasionally like to have a comfortable towel, so this is why I recommend this one at $6 to have a comfortable towel when you kind of just want to relax. All right, next there is a 2021 Apple 11-inch iPad Pro, Wi-Fi only. It's the 256 gig version, space gray. It does have USB-C charging in it, and it does have the M1 chip. If this didn't have the M1 chip, I wouldn't even recommend it. The M1 chip is a superb chip. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Okay, so this is Signature Solar, and Signature Solar has these panels by the pallet. Now, if you read right there, you're going to look at that number, and it'll say 8,826. Pallet size is 36, and the panels are 460 watt bifacials. If you're going to get a panel, I always say get the biggest panel you can get if you're building an array, especially like a ground mount array. And this is why. The bigger the more power that the panel produces, the less amount of connections you're going to have to make in order to reach your ideal power consumption that you're trying to get. The black panels are on there, and I only have those on there because of the aesthetics of them, even though they are 100 watts less than the bifacials. Now, if you go here to the bottom, they do have these EG4 lithium batteries. This is a server rack battery, free assembly enclosure rack with door, wheels, and whatever. So look right here on the sides, you'll see a bus bar. There's bus bars on both sides of those. And to my understanding, those help with the longevity of the batteries on discharge and charging, so as equal as possible. That's at Signature Solar. If you would like to check out another solar place, I highly recommend SanTan Solar. Sierra, Alpha, November, Tango, Alpha, November. SanTan. They're located in Arizona. As far as audio goes, the JBL Audio, the true wireless Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. I've never used these, but I do like to have noise canceling. If it is a good noise canceling headphone, it will allow the audio to be so much clearer. Like, you don't have to turn it up anymore because it cancels out the background noise, which in turn gives you a louder audio in ear. Like I said, I haven't used these. I haven't used this brand of earbuds, but looking at the case, I do like these small pill-shaped flat cases. They fit in your pocket better. They fit in your bag better. Anytime that you're trying to carry these, and what you're trying to do is have something that's portable, you're not going to have something jabbing you in the side of your leg or taking up excessive space. From what I've seen, these are USB-C powered on the bottom, which is always a plus. That's at Target. Dual screen monitor. Supports monitors from 17 inches to 32-inch screen, which means you can put a TV on these. You can put a flat screen TV. Each arm holds up to 19 pounds, so make sure that your TV, if it's 32 inches, don't put it on there if it's over 19 pounds or 19.8. So I do like this because it does have the articulating arms on it. I have seen some that are just side-by-sides for less. But the way I'm looking at it is if you can stack these, or like you want to use one as a, what do you call it, a chat screen, you can just rotate it in 90 degrees and use it, and use the other one in horizontal, or you can place them side by side. I do like the idea that you can move these, and that's why I would recommend getting something like this. However, make sure that whatever you're attaching it to, the desk surface, is something sturdy. If it's not, just reinforce where those connection points meet and you should be fine. Do this one because of this, because you are future-proofing yourself because of the USB-C. If you're just running lightning cable, you may run into an issue later on if Apple, and when Apple decides to change their iPhone over to the USB-C type charging. All right, so more about this, back to the app. The app is a great app. It will, after it copies the files that you choose from your phone to the drive, it will prompt you to delete the files that it has already copied. Once it does that, it will actually go into iCloud and delete it from your iCloud account too. So now you're freeing up your iCloud space and your phone space, so you won't have a duplicate repopulation thing going on, which I absolutely like because I hate having to get on a laptop, log into iCloud, and then download all the stuff that my phone backed up that I didn't want backed up to the iCloud. And me personally, I don't like spending $10 a month for 2 terabytes of data storage. That to me is ridiculous. And not only that, if you're in the middle of nowhere and your phone cannot back up to iCloud and you are an iCloud user, a heavy iCloud user, zero point in having it. It's obsolete. You can't even use it. So you may as well just back it up onto a hard drive that you have, a physical hard drive that you have on yourself. And like I said, once it deletes that, it deletes it off your iCloud. But if you're trying to clear up your storage, remember to go into your trash and delete your trash. That way it will actually free up the storage on your device. Okay, so crucial P3 2 terabyte internal storage SSD PCIe Gen 3 NVMe. So NVMe memory, this is good if you have it, but remember that the keys up on the top there where you see those copper connectors, you see how there's a notch out there? There's another one, there's like a B key and an M key type. Make sure that you're getting the correct key. And I do believe this is 3D NAND, because if you do read down there, it says 2280. No, that 2280 is the size. But if you look at it, it just looks like it is 3D NAND anyways. Even if it wasn't, a 2 terabyte for $139 is great for your expanding storage. And if for some reason in the future, like 4 terabytes comes along, or something else better comes along, you can always remove this and put this inside of an external NVMe enclosure. You can always put this in an enclosure and use this as a 2 terabyte external drive. And if you're going to, I recommend getting USB-C Gen 2 at the very least for an enclosure kit for this. External enclosure for this stick. And if none of you know what I'm talking about, what this thing is, go and take a look at it at the store. It is the size of a pack of gum. That is the new hard drives. They've been around for quite some time, but they're now making their way into everything that there is. Mainly because of size and speed. In every way, this is better. All right, the Ninja Foodie, the 6.4 quart. I don't have one of these Ninjas myself, but for $109 at a 6.5 quart, and it has the smart lid in it, which is a, it does have an air fryer in there too. This is an all-in-one lid. You no longer have to have two different lids to make this thing an air fryer or a pressure cooker. You just use one lid, and that's it. For $109, to me, that's a great deal. I love cooking anything in a pressure cooker, especially if I can cook a cake in it. You'll never have a cake as moist as what you get from cooking a cake inside of a pressure cooker. Rice is amazing. Instead of like using a rice pot, you can use this as a rice pot. Instead of boiling rice, you can cook it in this. You'll lose less water. You use less power to make it. Potatoes. If you love baked potatoes, this thing makes amazing baked potatoes. Steaks, you can cook steaks in it. You can cook chicken in it. The fat just comes right out. Just throw water in it, throw the frozen chicken breast in there, and cook it. Beans, it makes excellent bean soup. Yeah, red kidney beans, lentils, and peas. Makes great bean soup. Router, if you're not a mobile user and you do have connection to a LAN type of network, this is great. AX is the current thing. Wi-Fi 6. And I believe Nighthawk does have a mobile app, so you can access this when you're not at your house. I currently go through my service provider, which has one, but I do own one of these, and when this works with the router/modem that my service provider has, it works great. Tozo T12 Pro wireless earbuds, headphones with Qualcomm QC3040 4 mics, CVC 8.0 noise canceling, aptX stereo headset, 25 milliamp hour wireless charging case, IPX8 waterproof earphones, IPX8 waterproof earphones, Blak. I do like these. I don't have one of these, but one of the people that I game with, Red, she went ahead and got a pair of these, and she likes them. For me, on the other end, listening to her game, it's perfect audio quality. There's no kind of tin can sound or anything like that coming from her on that end. The only thing that I do not like about this is the size of the case, but then that's because you're getting a 2500 milliamp hour wireless charging case with it. And you're able to plug, you can use it if you need to use it to charge your phone, you can use it. But honestly, I wouldn't use that for that. I would just use it to charge my earbuds. I do like how it has this digital display in there with the left and the right. That to me, I think is pretty cool because I always like to see a percentage of the state of charge and not like, a battery indicator type thing. But anyways, just reading the specs on here, this thing seems freaking amazing. If you've used them and you've used them with like comparable some other earbuds, say like Bose or something, please leave a comment below. I would love to know how these compare to Bose, as Bose is usually what I like to use as a baseline comparison for audio quality in anything. And if I'm listening to audio, I'm always going to listen to Lindsey Sterling playing dubstep violin. If you've never heard her, she is a phenomenal musician and performer, bar none. And if you are truly, truly into audio and the quality of audio, make sure that you download her. Make sure you download her audio track, not just listen to it on YouTube, which is great. But if you have the actual high definition download of her playing, it's great. I mean, I can't even explain it to you. You'd have to go into like a Bose store and listen to a Bose LS1 subwoofer / mid tower. So these Tozo earbuds, the T12 Pros, are on Amazon, and remember to select the 20% coupon down there at the bottom when you check out. Next, we have the Vizio 70-inch class V-Series 4K ultra high definition LED smart TV. Like I've said before, I do not use these smart TV functions. I just get a Google Chromecast. For some reason, you want to get a USB-C dongle and connect like a mouse and keyboard. You can do that as per Linus Tech Video. And if you want to see more about that, just go check his channel out. He has a review on that. We have a $24.97 alternative sketching drawing art set. I don't draw, but I do know a lot of people that like to use colors and things like that. To me, this would probably be something that they would be interested in. Next, we have the Ion Audio Game Day Party Portable Bluetooth Speaker LED lighting and Blak for 69 bucks. I haven't seen this in person. I didn't even read the specs on it, so I don't know what the hour plays are on it. But if you're just looking for like a portable speaker, then this is something that I would get. 70 bucks seems like it's a decent price, especially if you're trying to compare it to something like a JBL Flip 4, which is the same price on Black Friday, or maybe like $10 less. And if you're just looking for something that is larger, this is the way to go. All right, so next we're going into the iPhone 11 from Cricket Wireless. They do have the 64 gig and the 128 gig, and let me tell you something, they are both for $99. But if you read the fine print here, you do see that you have to purchase 3 months with that as well. So 3 at the $60 a month plan, 6 times 3 is 18, so that's 180 on top of the 99. So let's just say 100, so 280 plus probably tax. You're looking at 300, and they're more than likely going to charge you a $25 connection fee. So $325, I would say about $325 for a 128 gig. That's not bad. Plus you're getting the 3 months of service. That's if you port in a number that's off of the AT&T network. Remember, Cricket Wireless is AT&T network. It is not its own thing. After 6 months of actually being on a Cricket service, your phone will be unlocked. I can't remember if it's automatic or if you have to call in, but you can, after 6 months of being with a Cricket service with the phone. The phone physically has to be on Cricket for 6 months. Then they will unlock it for you. Don't think that you can just buy the phone, stick a different SIM card in it, go back 6 months, and then unlock it. It doesn't work that way. All right, this has to be something that I definitely recommend is the JLAB Go AirPop Bluetooth earbuds, true wireless with charging case. At $10, you cannot go wrong with these things. I did have the Icon Airs, which I am guessing is this, probably they're older than this, like it's the older version of these. And they work perfectly fine for gaming. The people I game with have no issue with it on audio. So while I'm charging my other headphones, I am using these, and by the time these are out, my other headphones are fully charged, and I still have plenty of life left on these. These are just my in-betweens. Also, if I'm traveling, I also use these because they come in a thin case that's non-obtrusive. If I lose them or one of them, it's only $10. I hate to lose things and just say, oh, well, if I lose it, it was just $10. But still, I would hate to lose these, and these things sometimes get lost. Don't ask me why. But when you're done with them, just make sure to put them right back in the case when you're done using them. Don't stick them in your pocket because you will forget them, or you will sit down and they will roll out of your pocket or something like that. So just make sure to put them back in the charging case. All right, so here we have the EcoFlow River 2, and this is actually, this is on Amazon. Remember, if you look down here, you will see a $90 coupon. When you apply that $90 coupon, it will drop that from $299 to $209, and this is something that I definitely recommend getting. I do have the first gen of the EcoFlow River, and it has the NMC battery chemistry in it, so if any of you are freaking out about, oh, lithium, is not a safe chemistry, that's totally incorrect. It's just how you use it and the situation that it is in. These actually have lithium iron phosphate batteries. If you want to learn anything more about battery chemistry or solar, I highly, highly recommend you go look up Will Prowse on YouTube. Will Prowse DIY Solar. W-I-L-L, last name Prowse, P-R-O-W-S-E. Start there, and you will pretty much have if any question that you have, you can go there. And he also has a DIY solar forum if you really want to get into more depth. But that is definitely the place I would start at if you're looking into anything solar. Input solar on this is 200 watts and 50 volts. Now, 50 volts is a very, very good thing to have, because some of the, like, say, residential panels and industrial panels, they don't use 12 and they don't use 24 volts. They use higher voltages. Higher voltages means less amps, or the equivalent amp to push the wattage that you need over distance. Specifications of this, it says that you can go higher than, that you can run some appliances that are rated for over 600 watts. Don't use that for this. This only has 256 watt hours in it. Don't try to run electric kettles off of something that is like this. You can, but don't do it. It's not a practical thing for that. It's more for like your phones, your chargers, your double and triple A batteries, your 18650 batteries, 21700s that you want to charge. If you want to use this for power delivery, like a wall plug, you can. It has a USBC port on there that I believe pushes up to 100 watts. So think about the cost that you would be spending for, say, a wall charger that's only 65 watts for an iPad, or say a MacBook Pro, or an iPad Pro, or the new 10-inch iPad, anything that uses USB-C. Well, anything that uses a higher wattage than, say, like a standard USB-A port. This USB-C is also bidirectional, which means that you can charge the EcoFlow River 2 through the USB-C port itself. You can also plug this directly into the wall, and it does not have a wall brick. It is just a straight PC monitor / TV plug, 3-prong plug that plugs into it. Everything is inside this thing that you need to charge it from AC, charge it from DC, and then charge DC and power AC appliances up to 600 watts. Sennheiser. I always hear great things about this brand, but I have never personally used them myself. These are wireless noise canceling headphones, and they're over ear. So that's what I like. If you're looking for an over ear wireless noise canceling headphones, these look like they would be a great option at $79 or $80. Sennheiser, from what I understand, they make great audio products. I haven't used these, so I can't vouch for them. These are USB-C, and from what I understand, you can still listen to these while you're charging them, which you cannot do on the Bose QC45s. And the QC45s are like $250. These Sennheisers are $80, and you can charge them while you're listening to them. Sounds like a deal to me. If you want over ear, which I like sometimes because, it's just more comfortable than packing an earbud in my ear, then this is another option to get for your audio collection. All right, airplanes, Velocity Aircraft. I don't know if they're actually running a Black Friday sale on these things, but I absolutely love this design of aircraft. If you like aircraft, even if you just like things that look cool or you're just a tech person, this is something to check out. If you've never seen it, here it is. It's a pusher aircraft, and if you look down there at the bottom, they do have a twin engine variant of this, and those are turbines. Yes, it is. So anyways, yeah, I like the design. I like tech stuff, and here you go. There's an airplane to check out. All right, that concludes my Black Friday sales walkthrough and all the things that I would probably actually like. So let's just flip back through it, shall we? Start from the beginning and work our way back. Or no, we'll go this way. All right, we'll start from the back and go the other way. All right, so we got the Velocity Aircraft. You can always call them and ask them, or send them a message and see if they'll give you a deal. The EcoFlow River 2 power station, 256 watt hours with lithium iron phosphate batteries. And I'm telling you, this thing will charge to its full capacity in 1 hour. It is super quick. You can power up to 600 watts I personally do not use this to power anything over 600 watts. I use it to power like phones, computers, and TVs. That's it, nothing more. When I have a charge, anything that I need to charge with a USB, I charge it with this thing. I used to have like a beard trimmer that used a household plug, AC household plug, and a toothbrush that did the same thing. But then I realized, well, you know, those are DC powered devices. So why am I still charging, or why in this day and age is anything that's powered by DC, right? That uses DC power to actually operate. Why are we still putting wall plugs in them? Makes no sense, right? So I've just converted everything that I have over to USB that I can, or that uses DC to what, you know, to a DC charger. And remember, it says $2.99 here, but also look at that $90 coupon. That coupon actually applies itself when you check out. So make sure that that your coupons are applied, and make sure that your shipping is also set to free if you don't have Amazon Prime, like I don't. This is on Amazon, by the way. This product, EcoFlow, I highly recommend it, the EcoFlow River 2. If you're going to go with anything bigger, make sure that you get something that pushes over 2,000 watts. Don't get a 1,000 watt one, because you're going to be stuck trying to power things that consume over 1,000 watts, or have a higher amp draw that will push your wattage over that threshold of 1,000 watts. And even if it just says peak, remember, peak's only for like maybe 30 seconds, sometimes even less than that. So get something. I think they make one that's a 2400. If that's the one that if you want something that can handle more, go with the larger option. Don't ever sacrifice yourself with trying to go with an intermediate power supply. Something that can only handle a certain load. Always kind of go a little bit higher. Rule of thumb is, if whatever load you're applying to it, you want to have at least a 20% extra on top of that to compensate for peaks. All right, the JLAB Go Air Pop Bluetooth earbuds. These are great at $9.88 or $10. Now, I did have the Icon Airs, and I did have issues with them pairing up. I would have to take the left one out first, and then take the right one out, wait for them to connect, and then they would both work together. Couldn't do it in reverse for some reason, but whatever. So hopefully they've changed it with maybe this version, since these are newer. And at $10, I mean, you could just give these as a gift to somebody if you already have something else, or just have these as a backup. These are at Walmart. Netgear Nighthawk AX2400 Wi-Fi 6 for $100. This is at Walmart. If you need a router, get one. If you're going to use like a LAN party, you can set up a LAN party with this. This is the modernized thing. It says 2.4 gig, but you know, if you look at the specs, maybe there's a 5G band on there. It's got all the other antennas on there, so I don't see why it wouldn't. $100, Walmart, Netgear Nighthawk AX2400 Wi-Fi 6. All right, the Ninja Foodie 6.5 quart, and this is the one with the smart lid. So to my understanding, you don't need multiple lids for this thing. You just have one lid and you are done. That's it. No swapping lids. Switch that little lever from whichever, however the direction specified. Watch a YouTube channel if you want to know how to operate it. For $109 at 6.5 quarts, I highly recommend getting a pressure cooker. This is one thing in the house that I recommend everybody should have, is a pressure cooker. So do I recommend this? I don't have it, but this is something that I would definitely get. Everybody that I've ever talked to that's had a Foodie likes it, even the ones that had to have the dual split lid system thing going on, but now this is perfect because there's only one lid. All right, crucial 2 terabyte memory. It's the PCIe. It's NVMe. Something else better comes out. You can always take this out of whatever you're using and get an external enclosure case for this. And if you're going to get the external enclosure case for this thing, make sure that you get the USB-C Gen 2 at the very least for the enclosure case that you're going to put this in. So this crucial P3 2 terabyte NVMe SSD is at Best Buy for $139. All right, and that concludes our the Black Friday sales that I have casually perused through and think that are worth getting. or at least using as a baseline comparison for prices and spec-wise for equipment. Peace.